on the ground. This is Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
380.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to... Dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Lucy. It's all right.
Bortles now to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down. On 2nd down, Collins. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's a first down run for Collins. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On 3rd down, that's Edwards. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go again with Collins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Green, 39.
A first throw for the backup Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, you know, Charles, just thinking back, it was around this time a year ago, Hurricane Harvey was devastating the Houston area and other areas there in southeast Texas. 1 year later, though, J.J. Watt's Foundation announced it had raised and given $41.6 million in the last calendar year.
That's phenomenal. And he was the NFL Man of the Year last season, and rightly so for what he did. And if I'm not incorrect, his goal when he started this to help all the people was $200,000.
$41.6 million minus $200,000. That's a pretty good margin there.
That's a heck of a margin. Congratulations to J.J. Watt, his foundation, and to everyone who contributed to help out the people in Houston.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a play fake. Bortles. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after him.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with the game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I want to know why I didn't get the football.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
As we inch closer to the regular season, I'm just peering down at some of the preseason records. Right now, Ravens 4-0, Bengals, Panthers, Cardinals, all 3-0. I guess my question is, what stock do you put in these preseason records?
Well, the easy answer is nothing because the preseason doesn't really matter. But some organizations do put more stock in it than others. Some of them want to win every preseason game. Others don't worry about that at all. Intel has told me that only one team has won the Super Bowl after going 0-4 in the preseason, and that was in a strike year, I believe, when Washington did it. So for the most part, you just don't want to go winless in the preseason. But remember this, the Browns and the Lions both went 4-0 preseasons, then they went 0-16 in the regular season.
Speaking of winless teams, Eagles and Falcons both winless right now, could be Super Bowl contenders.
I still think that they're going to be, whether they go winless or not.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Baltimore after this.
Leopard! Leopard!
On third down, Jackson. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown.
And he's going to go down again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. The pressure gets to him again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. To return it is Corey Grant. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Lucy. Lucy. So right.
Bortles now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. That'll bring up second down.
Well, with the incompletion there, gives us time to hit on the retirement, Charles, of Eric Decker. Of course, played for the Broncos, Jets, and Titans, was with the Patriots this preseason, but now he's going to step aside.
I think he had a fantastic career because look at it this way. Getting 1,000 yards in one season for a receiver, that's a career for most people. He did it 3 times. Best year in Denver in 2013, 87 catches, almost 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns. Congratulations on a wonderful career, Eric Decker.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And now another one thrown incomplete. There was the pressure you were talking about, forcing incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down.
That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 49 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Alex Collins taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Marcel Darius busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
He gets it to Brown, complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Here's Jackson to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Jackson. Rolling to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. Dancing to his left. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Calais Campbell in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? 4th down, here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's go, let's go.
Back now in Baltimore. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, 11B, 11B.
On second down, here's Bortles. And his throw is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Let's go! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot leopard! Hot!
And again, it's Collins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Hot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Jackson now. And they hit him as he throws as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Back to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
Here we go, here we go. Single, slot. 372.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Bortles now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Lucy.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
380.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 45 yards. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move.
11B.
Back to throw, Bortles. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw, escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. 319.
Here's Jackson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.